Yo guys, oh, no. That was actually funny. Yo guys, what's up and welcome back to another video. And today we got another lockdown story. I hope you guys enjoyed the last one. Last one was a little bit long, I think, so I'm gonna try and make this one a little tiny, wincy, little bit shorter than the last. So basically what happened was the other day, I was walking around the house, you know, thinking of like what story I could tell next, and pretty much the story that popped up in my head is something that I think shaped and molded me when I was much younger. I think this is like this happened 5 years ago. But yeah, let me tell you the story of the day my first film premiere went to a mess. Now, the year is 2016. I'm in grade 11. It's hustle and it's bustling. You know what it is in grade 11. You know, you're trying to get good grades so that you can apply for varsity and kind of know that, you know, you're secure and etc. etc. There's lots of exciting things happening. You're almost 18. There's all these crazy things happening. So in high school, I did drama and art as one of my two subjects that I picked. And this particular story, it revolves around the drama, obviously, since it's about film. So in my high school, we had many departments in the drama department. There was like physical theater, regular acting and whatnot. And one of the departments we had was the film department. And if you guys know, what I was studying before I dropped out of school was filmmaking. So this is around the time when I was still very much like, yeah, I'm gonna be like I'm a more filmmaker, you know, like I'm about to be the next Christopher Nolan. I'm about to be Tarantino, up in this bitch vibes. Like I was like fully inspired for filmmaking at this time. Alright, so it's cool. Basically what I had, the idea was I wanted to get the film department, which was just a group of people that did drama, coming together. And we used to make a bunch of short films and etc. etc. We had a couple of film festivals here and there, but not too many. But yeah, so at the time, I was the head of the film department. So like each department had a head that kind of like orchestrated everything that would happen. At the time, I was the head of the film department. It was kind of like a hand-me-down from my cousin. My cousin used to be the head of the film department. So it kind of felt like a hand-me-down. So yeah. 2016, so I'm like, I need to plan something big, dude, like big, something to make the film department boom. Like at this moment, I was thinking like, if this whatever I plan, if it works out so well, this is it. This is me. I'm gonna skyrocket like a freaking I don't know, like a rocket, I'll skyrocket like a rocket. You know what I mean? So I had this idea of planning a film premiere. And I mean, a proper film premiere, guys. Like, all the stops. Red carpet, popcorn machines, people dressed in black and white tie. Like, I had all the stops. So I was like, alright, cool, this is exactly what we need to do. So I went to my drama teacher, and I told him the idea that, yo, my man, I'm trying to make a film premiere. I want to get the film department together and do like this whole big production. And kind of premiere it at the school, because we had an auditorium, so we had like all the stuff to make this happen. I go to the man, he's like, cool, go to like the cultural head of department to kind of like organize everything, because this was gonna be a big event. Like I kid you not, I tried to invite everybody that I knew. Everyone that I knew was supposed to land there. Everyone was going to land. But yeah, so I basically tried to plan everything by myself. To cut a long story short, I don't want to make this go on for too long. I tried to plan everything all by myself pretty much. So I get the film script all together. I wrote it. I made sure to give everybody roles. I was basically like the producer, the director for. I was everything low key. I was everything low key, but everybody else still had a part to do with it. You can actually go watch this film. it's called Singularity. It's on my old production company YouTube page. So you guys can go watch this film and kind of see. This was a very complex film to shoot. So we shot for 3 days. I kind of like, I just try to give the film department as much of like what it felt to be like on a real film set as it was for like a bunch of 15, 14, 17-year-olds. You know what I mean? Like as much as we could do. Yeah, so we finished shooting, everything is cool. I'm in the process of planning. I've got like a team going on low-key, trying to plan everything. I'm getting popcorn machines, I'm getting red carpets. It's going crazy. Everything is cool. Everything is cool. And I'm busy editing now, obviously, because I was the editor. I was like the main editor because at the time, not many people in the film department really knew what they were doing with the editing. So I kind of just like took over and I was like, it's cool, I'll do the editing, it's fine. And let me tell you, chat, I said chat again, I'm gonna have to get used to this. I have to record more videos for this channel so I can get used to saying guys. But yeah, guys, at the time I didn't have the beefy computer like I have now. This computer is insane. This computer can bench anything. At the time I had a really bad computer and it was a struggle editing and doing everything that I wanted. It was very visual effects heavy as well, this short film. But nothing was stopping me. Like I was all that positive energy, like this is gonna work out, etc, etc. So I was editing this thing up until the day before, like refining and etc. Things weren't working. I just had to try and make it work. Okay, so I used to play rugby back in the day. I've got a couple cool rugby stories as well, maybe I could tell for you guys. But yeah, I used to play rugby back in the day and we had a match on this day, and for some reason, I don't know why, for some reason, wait, hold on a second. My lips were feeling kind of dry. I didn't wanna continue recording, but for some reason on this day, we had a rugby match that was away at the furthest place you could ever imagine, dude. It was so far away, so far away. I don't know. So obviously the night before I didn't finish the edit, right? Because I don't know, procrastination, this whole idea like I can still change it when I come back from the rugby game. That was my idea. I was gonna come back from the rugby game and start editing and just finalizing everything. So yeah, the rugby game, I go to the rugby game, obviously we play the rugby game. I can't really remember the result. I think we might have lost that day. We just added to everything low-key. So yeah, now it's time for me to go home. So I have two options at this point in time. One is order an Uber, but the Uber was expensive. It was something almost close to 300 Rand. And I didn't want to do that to my mother. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did not want to do that to my mother. I didn't want to do it. So the other option was my cousin to fetch me as well. So on this day, for some reason, he was busy as a motherfucker, dude. I don't know what he was doing, but he could not fetch me and I could not get an Uber as well. What ended up happening was I tried to resort to an Uber, but I couldn't order an Uber. Contacting the fam was also a bit of a struggle. I don't know what was happening on that day, but everything was going south, dude. I'm walking around the school trying to get some help, etc, etc. Like everything's not working out. Time is ticking away, and you know, if you've ever been on a film set, you know time is money, dude. Like that saying doesn't mean shit. That saying is real. Time is money. So time is ticking away. I know I start to finish the edit. I don't know what I can do. So now I need to start calling the rest of the film department to make sure they're like mobilizing and starting to set up as well the premiere. At this time, it was around about 2 p.m. At 2 p.m. and the premiere was starting at 5, mind you. So I had 3 hours to finish an edit, export, get to school, and make sure everything is running on time, right? So this was very dumb. I'm 17 years old, guys. Please give me some slack. It was very dumb what I was thinking of doing here. And I pretty much planned everything by myself. Like I said, I talked to the cultural head every now and then. He was very on board with it as well. He was very like kind and etc, etc. But yeah, it was going south. It was going south quick. I somehow managed to land home. Eventually my cousin was able to pick me up and we got back home. I think it was 10 to 3. So now I'm like, okay, cool. It's chop time, dude. I enter, I'm trying to turn the PC on and I'm trying to edit. And this motherfucker crashes, dude. This PC decides to crash on the day, dude. And I basically somehow managed to low-key revive it, but I couldn't revive it in time to finish the edit. So now I've got like a semi-edit, and I'm juggling trying to take a shower, and I'm juggling on the phone call with some of my teachers, telling them like, yeah, no, I'll be there just now, don't worry, I'm gonna land soon, etc, etc. I'm juggling a call with the film department like, yo guys, this is what's happening. Yeah, mind you, I've invited friends, family, the works is coming, dude. You know, like when you're like, yeah, this is gonna be my big break, I need everybody to see it kind of thing. That was basically what was going through my mind. I get in an Uber with my computer, I kid you not. I had to drag my computer out of my house. I took the computer and I was just like, alright, cool, I'm gonna have to take this bitch to school. Because if I don't, I won't be able to like finish the edit, because at this point the edit is still not done, and on top of that there's a couple of visual effects that need to be done as well. Luckily, the way I structured this premiere was sort of like a film festival. I kind of let the people watch some short films that we did before, and on top of that I had made a short film, like a newer short film as well, with the film department. So we made two. And the one was finished, the other one, the big one, wasn't finished, right? The short one was finished, obviously, because there wasn't much like visual effects needed. That was done. I get there and I go to the control room straight and I start plugging cables in, trying to bring the PC on. Like, it's sweaty. The teacher enters, my drama teacher at the time. She wasn't actually my drama teacher at the time. She was still working with the people who were doing drama. She was also part of like planning and the organizing, but it's sweaty. People are shouting. I'm trying to edit. I'm sweating. People are like, the show is going on, because the show always has to go on. The show always has to go on. Okay, guys, it always has to go on. The show is going on. I'm stressing. I'm sweating. And eventually I just give up and I'm like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna have to like render out what I can and show it to people. And because my PC, I kid you not, is the worst PC on planet Earth, at the time it was gonna take 2 hours to render out the film, dude. And things were even worse because I was thinking of like plugging it in and making people watch it straight off Premiere, but there was problems with the cables. It was a mess. I repeat, it was a mess. People are in suits and ties. People are in dresses, dude. Popcorn machines. It's people are having an atmosphere. It's a vibe, dude. We take a short intermission. At this point, I had to come to terms with like, this is not happening, dude. I go to everybody and I tell them, guys, I failed, I'm done, like it's over. So I have to go on the stage now, and I will not forget this day like ever. It's like engraved inside the thick of my skull. I've performed for many people, Chad. I said Chad. I've performed for many of people a lot of time. I don't have stage fright. That's all I'm gonna say. That doesn't exist in me. Sure, I have, like, you know, just a little bit of anxiousness, but I've never been more anxious to set foot and look out to a crowd of hundreds and be like, guys, there was a problem exporting the film. We will not be able to show it tonight. I'm sure. Sorry, I wasted your time. Yeah, that night I cried. I remember. After that I ran outside. And I was in the parking lot that was next to the auditorium, and I was crying. I was bawling my eyes out, dude. One of my friends had to come calm me down. It was crazy. At this point, I was like a laughing stock, you know. And at that moment, I could have given up filmmaking, to be honest with you. It was almost a sign that it was never gonna actually work out for me. Especially now that I've dropped out. I don't know. It was always a sign that, I don't know. It's just, the way things rolled out was a bit tough. It's a bit of a sad story, but it's a bit funny as well. I mean, imagine not finishing your film edit, guys. Imagine not finishing it. It happens. We moved forward. I got in a lot of shit, I wouldn't lie to you, with the teachers. They were shouting at me for like a week straight. I was actually depressed, like no cap. I remember for like a solid two and a half weeks, I was like, oh, I just can't fucking do this anymore. I just want to give up. But we bounce back. We always move. We stay moving, dude, you know? And if there's one thing you're gonna take from this story, is that no matter how bad things can get, Especially right now, coronavirus is like at the peak of things being bad. Jobs being lost, people having to stay at home, economies falling. No matter how bad things get, guys, as long as you stay positive and as long as you like remember that like things can get better and things will get better, you'll keep moving forward. And that's just how I keep doing this, you know. Hope you guys enjoyed this story. I'm gonna conjure up another one. I don't know which one we're gonna tell next, but yeah, this has been another Lockdown Stories with Thendo, Mukhavhuli, and I will check you guys in the next one. Please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Cheers.